Hello everyone, I am Raven Cinemeyer, a non-binary fairy PNGTuber, and welcome back to Witches X Warlocks. We are here with the lovely and adorable Carmilla. I love her. I immediately loved her as soon as I saw her. She has continued to be adorable with her little bats. So, today we are going to get right into hanging out with her. Adorable darlings. No, I love hearing them mill about. Can you talk to them? Indeed I can. It's an inherent skill we vampires have, being able to communicate with creatures of the night. Essentially, anything that creeps, crawls, or flaps is a close ally. Okay, this is me learning the spell. That's cool. Press your next finger, your lips, and winks. Wow, but I didn't see your eyes glow this time. Are you not controlling them? Not at all. I would never control a friend. These are simple creatures that, if treated with kindness, will aid us in our daily lives, as well as dangerous situations. But you call them your servants. No. For oomph, my dear. This particular family of bats has been bonding me for generations. They may as well be of my own blood. And we do not subjugate family. I don't know how to pronounce famille. Is it famille? The bats come closer around her, buttering their heads against her arms and hands for pats. She obliges and gently caresses their black fur. Is this something I could learn too? I don't see why not. That is, assuming I feel like teaching you. Huh? She smirks, saunters over to my side, and lets her words caress my ear. Apologize for your unsightly and more of a wrong opinion from earlier, and perhaps I may consider your request. Yeah? If only to celebrate your newfound sense of taste. Seriously? Over the book? Well, I'm definitely right, but... Suddenly I see the error of my ways and think you were absolutely right. It was complete rubbish. Right. Oh, is that so? Right. I just don't know how I didn't see it earlier, to be honest. As always, you're so much wiser than me, and oh so gracious. Please teach me more so I can be like you one day, Lady Carmilla. A little overacted, my dear, but I'll take it. Though, do remember not to demand services from just anyone. We have a delicate balance in our relationship that we have to uphold, you see. If some outsider started bossing my bats around, I would be obligated to defend them. I would never. I stared at her wide-eyed and hopeful. Perhaps. I mean, you've been such a great teacher, Camilla, double seriously. If I didn't have you showing me magic, I don't think I'd ever be able to learn it. You're brilliant in every way imaginable. Camilla barely suppresses a grin. Well, I suppose I can't deny that I've been the best teacher you've ever had. Alright, little witch, I'll teach you how to cast night creatures. New spell acquired! Her ego fed, Carmilla spends the next few hours teaching me how to create potions that can summon and communicate with creatures of the night. We start small with a few spiders and slowly move on to practicing with our bats. It takes up the entire rest of the day at the shop. Still, I barely notice the time has passed until a customer bursts in at the last minute because of course they would. Not like they would have any upcoming exams that are sure to spell their impending doom. Can you help me raise the skull on top of the shelf? Spell cast, I whistle a small tune for the bats, just like Carmilla showed me. A few flutter over, but they don't even have half of the enthusiasm. They don't have even half of the enthusiasm they gave her. I point up toward the top shelf. They stare at me unmoving. Come on. Please? Unsure of what else to do, I take a few berries from my lunch and offer it to them. They pass at them for a moment, then hesitantly accept the fruit. I edge towards the shelf, coaxing them along. Eventually they manage to grab the skull, but now without almost dropping it to the floor. Thankfully, I stumble forward in the nick of time, catch it, and hand it to the customer. After paying for the item and leaving a pity tip for me, he exits the shop. Once he's gone, I turn to come over with a frown big enough that my bottom lip jutted out. I don't get it. What did I do wrong? Your approach could have been better, but there's no need to take it personally. I am more familiar to these bats than you are, after all. You'll need to build a much greater relationship with them to gain the same kind of trust they and I have. I held her finger in response. A single bat flutters down and wraps its little claws in the middle of it, then hangs upside down. Yeah, I get it. I smile at myself. We'll just spend more time together. Oh, I'm absolutely spending as much time with Carmilla as possible. If you think I'm not. Oh, right. Today I went to work. Nothing special happened, and I earned a good amount of pocket money. Zero, guess what? What? Come on. Guess. Fine. Neither you nor I have the time to. Fine, I'll guess. He looks at me skeptically.
Did you?
Did you just set the kitchen on fire again, making scrambled eggs?
Huh?
What?
Well,
Well, did you? No.
I see.
Then I suppose you must have caused an explosion akin to when you put the wrong ingredient into your potion and burned down your flat. I didn't, jeez. Don't tell me you accidentally summoned that 36-armed tentacle demon again while trying to practice spells.
No.
Huh. In that case, I'm surely out of possible ideas. With much enthusiasm, I whip out a peace sign and angle it stylishly against my face.
Right.
I'm ready to learn the glow spell.
May I remind you?
May I remind you that the glow spell is the very first spell that Estella taught you at the start of the year? Uh-huh, that one. Let's do this. Looks like it only took you 9 months to get ready to learn it. Excellent progress. At this rate, you'll pass the Halloween exam with flying colors.
The incomparable, the one and only.
It's quite accurate to find yourself speechless from a witch as brilliant as the one. Oh my god. I bet you often reduce me to speechlessness. But I need you to teach me the spell at some point, you know.
Well, that's right.
You're right. We don't have the time for sarcastic banter with each other.
Pay attention.
Prepare yourself. I'm going to teach you how to cast glow.
Glow.
An orb of pure golden brightness flutters in the cusp of my palms. At first it is faint and nebulous, but with each beat of my heart, the light shines more and more radiantly.
Zero. Right.
Spin around in delight and find Zero watching me with one of those rare, sweet, wistful smiles of his.
Well,
Oh, look at him! Look at him! He's adorable. I don't understand why, but seeing Zero's smile always makes me something twist inside my heart.
I do.
I just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, praise me more.
Maybe.
Maybe I will if you pass your exams, that is. Aw. It all depends on you from here on out. The more I look at the smile, the more I find the secret hollow in my heart twisting more shapely than usual. Turning away from my toss the glowing orb up into the quiet evening sky.
Anyway.
Now it's your turn. Come on, my glow must be feeling lonely up there all by itself.
Yeah, right.
With the moon and all the stars to keep it company.
Well.
They're so far away. You're right here. Quietly, so very quietly that I'm not sure I really did hear it, a soft whisper.
All right.
For you. From behind me, an orb of azure light floats past, drifting up and up to join its golden counterpart.
Human.
Mortals call them ghost lights, will-o'-the-wisps. Every poltergeist can cast the spell. Malevolent ones would cast them before unwary travelers, using its light to lure them from the road and perish in quaking bogs and silent dark taverns. When darkness is all around you, you will find it can be worse to travel with a light that is unreliable than with no light at all. Somehow Zero's voice carries a hint of bitterness with it. I can't help but lean forward and try and put my hand on his shoulder.
Hey!
Whoa, hey!
Human.
You know better than to do that.
Well.
What?
Don't you
You're a glowing blue poltergeist who's always looking out for me, so you can't blame me if I keep wanting to lean on your shoulder.
You can't.
Well, you can't. You'll fall right through and disrupt my form in the process. Like just now, huh? I grin at him, but his smile is nowhere to be found, although his cheeks seem to be tinged with a faint blush.
So,
You've learned how to cast glow. Our lesson is over. I'm handing out before you do something stupid again.
Zero.
He dematerializes in front of my eyes. Zero. Oops! Well, I'll save. I don't mean to... I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Feeling a little crestfallen, I set off in the direction of my house. Just before I'm about to leave, I pause and look back one last time. The two glowing orbs, gold and blue, are still adrift in the evening sky. Corner of my mouth curl upward. I continue on my way, my steps lighter than before. Aww. Okay, so... Carmilla needs... Okay, I'll need... Let's see. I think I'm gonna make 2 pink and then 1... Actually... Oh! If you breathe through the same potion, Jamie will give you 2 additional potions. Ah, okay. Oh, okay, it's... Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. Nope. Learn spells. Scent of blood. Chill. Freeze small area of ghostly chill. Defeat dragons or make some fried eggs. Okay, I'm going to do... Okay, so this isn't a matter of... 2 random additional potions. Okay, cool. So... Oh, shit. I keep... Okay, I think I'm going to do... If it's... Okay. I thought that I was just picking my partner last time. It turns out this actually does different things. So, Damien will give you 3 of the same. He gives you 2 additional potions of the same potion. If you brew 3 of the same. So I should have done him first. 0 doubles the potion output regardless of what you do. Lawrence triples it of your 3rd choice, and Carmilla will brew. Will give you 2 random ones. If you give her 3 different ones. And I think they have to be whatever one you got. So I think I'm going to do 0. And then I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to make that. Actually, wait. I need... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do blue. Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Can't find my books. Must be stolen by crooks. You probably left them in the bag you lent to your roommate. I sweat while returning my lips and holding my chin in my hands. I think hard on mentally retracing my steps from announced earlier today.
Wow.
I did do that, huh? Wait, when did you get here?
Wash yourself.
Takes one to pause, stick the other. Wave's nose twitches is way too adorable. Or the next time you have eggs, I'm coming clean for myself.
No.
In case you forgot, again, I'm a werewolf. We have the best sense of smell in all of Halloween Town.
Now.
I caught your scent in your west shop. It was muddled with several people mingling there at once. Since that Frankenstein creature came in not long after, and you so easily gave them your bag without a second thought, I assumed you lived together. Although I could imagine you doing something like that regardless.
Wow.
We do actually. That's a pretty impressive detective work. I wonder if Damien's pronouns change based on you. I don't think they do. Sight is deceptive, but scents never lie.
Oh.
Do you know where Damien is now? Help me track them down. I need my stuff for my next class.
Do it yourself.
Find them yourself.
Wow.
How am I supposed to do that? I throw up my arms in a greatly exaggerated manner and look at my werewolf companion with a huge pout on my face. Not everyone has an all-seeing and all-knowing magic nose like you do.
Well,
You did ask me to teach you magic, didn't you? Well, buckle up, Buttercup. I'll show you how to follow a scent the way I can using the spell Scent Track.
All right.
Oh god, I got indigestion. I hate it. I cup one hand behind each ear. Lawrence lets out a disgruntled huff.
pay attention.
Pay attention as I teach you how to cast Scent Track. Lawrence demonstrates how I can smell the way wolves do. I thought it'd be pretty complicated to improve my sense like that, but it's actually pretty simple. The right spell, I guess anything is possible. After casting, I take a deep breath through my nose. There was a delicious brew cooking on the stovetop.
Wow.
It's like a whole new world opened up before my very nose. As long as you get a good whiff of it first, you can track just about anything. Maybe in field, too. Track and field?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of running around. I don't even know the words right now to convey how terrible that pun was. But track it. Oh, track and field. I get it. That's good. I like him. Good boy. Good boy. I grin and lean towards him and take a few sniffs. Sensational, even. Now he's being creepy. I mean it, though. You have a real earthy smell to you, like wildflowers and tree bark and mud. I like rolling around in puddles when no one else is around. Tells me I roll out in stinky dead things too. With my mouth ajar, I slap both my hands against my cheeks. Wait, is that why you work at... Okay, we're done here. Leave. Okay, fine. Smell you later, Lawrence. Aww. Lawrence is adorable. Okay, so... I used up one of the potions that I had. So the next one I should have... Let's see, it's witching. It's early dawn. October 25th. So I should... Let's see... Let's see. I guess I'll learn... I'm gonna make potions. He's not available. Third choice. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do a yellow one. Yeah. Let's do you, actually, and let's do... Yeah. Cool. Looking around the human shop, all I can see are couples that should be together if only I could give them a nudge in the right direction. Why do I have to work when I have such an important higher calling? Looked at my open spellbook, which is on the counter. Mr. West told me I could study here until someone came to the register, and memorizing ingredients shouldn't be too hard. Pumpkin root. Cherry eye? What's that? Oh, wait. It says wall eye. Who decided that learning potions meant reading anyway? All you do is dump a bunch of junk in a pot, so you should be able to wing it. That's not how potion brewing works. That's not how potion brewing works. What's the point of studying? They're both the same, aren't they? How am I supposed to pick? I led ahead and watched Carmilla flip between the shelves. When she spies the customer, there's a smile curling up on her face and glint with something in her eyes. She beelines towards him and gently places a hand on his back. It's just packaged fingers. Don't make the decision any harder than it has to be. They're both fine products. You'll notice the one on the left is dry, while the right is fresh. Still, I'm sure a capable maid such as yourself will use both to its fullest potential. Oh, alright, I'll take both. I knew you were something special when I first saw you. Her hand slips up the customer's back, then drapes around his shoulder. Carmilla pulls him in closer. A dark blush creeps up his neck. As she does. But you don't want your ingredients in just any old cauldron, do you? We've recently started carrying magical implements, and a miracle worker of your caliber deserves the best. Am I wrong? This continues for at least a good half hour. I'm absolutely mesmerized to watch Carmilla direct him around the shop, whispering sweet suggestions in his ears. Eventually, I can't even see the customer's face behind the pile of goods in his arms. And as expected, it takes forever to ring everything up when they finally arrive at the counter. Thanks so much for your purchase. Don't be a stranger here. I'll never go anywhere else. After the man pays, I watch, mouth hanging open as he stumbles off with half the store in tow. There's a sudden, gentle pressure on the bottom of my jaw as Carmilla closes it with her finger. Don't tell me you've fallen for me, too. What do you mean, no way? I absolutely have. But it was all just you, was it? For someone who rarely studies, you've got keen intuition. You're absolutely right. Indeed, he likes me just fine, but I may have given him just a teensy nudge. A magical nudge, right? Correct. To elaborate for you, my struggling employee, we, vampires, have a natural ability to enthrall and hypnotize mortals or the lesser undead at our leisure. A spell you may refer to as enthrall. If there's so much as a seed of potential for that feeling to flourish, we can... Smiling, she mimes the bloom of a flower with both hands. Help it sprout, so to speak. So, you're saying you can instantly make anyone like you. The endless possibilities soon rack my brain. Imagine when a distinguished matchmaker, that's me, could do the spell like... Not quite.
No.
We can't do anything at all against those with indomitable will, such as yourself, nor can we replace genuine feelings of friendship, or love either, for that matter.
And so.
But enthrall makes friendship easier to imitate, so I try to be a little nice about it. It makes the job and other things much easier after all.
Wow.
No wonder Mr. West has been singing your praises. I suppose I am his best saleswoman, but I just work here for fun, not like you, my dear. I wish I was even half as beautiful and talented as you are. Oh. Oh, so that's why he was, like, yeah, sure, whatever last time. She straightens up, places a hand against her cheek, and turns away to hide in her cape's collar. Carmella's good at dishing out compliments, but she really can't take them, huh?
Oh my.
I suppose you do have a little potential. Tell you what, I've been poring over those books. You've been poring over those books for hours, so I'll give you a real lesson as a reward for your flattery.
All right.
I took an exaggerated bow and got up at her. She immediately clasped both hands together.
Oh dear.
Just taking a little ease on you because of that.
Listen.
Alright, listen carefully. I'll teach you how to cast Enthrall. We get to work. Camilla points out a page in my book with a potion of enthrallment, then steers me around the store so I can collect the ingredients myself. I think I learn better by doing things. It's easier to remember what everything is when I'm physically holding it all, as well as being coached by someone else. Brewing takes a while, so Camilla moves around helping other customers. Still, she manages to check in with me now and then. At one point, she sees my progress and even nods in satisfaction. And that's everything. Now drink it all up, dear. That's the only way it'll work. I wrinkle my nose at the smell, like 2 or 3 perfumes that should never mix, but still pour the potion down my throat.
And throw.
How do you feel? Kind of tingly?
Wonderful. Now.
That at least sounds correct for another being. Now wait until someone comes into... The mischievous grin slides across my lips as I call upstairs to Mr. West.
Come on.
My voice echoes through the hot shop, but it's still nothing like the one that booms back at me. What? I need a raise. No way, newbie. You just started here. Get back to work. Why didn't it work? My poor, sweet student.
Practice.
It's your very first time enthralling. It takes significant practice to make it work on someone like grumpy old Mr. West. You would need to be almost as excellent as moi. Oh.
Don't you worry.
But don't worry. Your pretty little head won't bit, my dear. Camilla gives a few short passes on the top of my head.
You know.
The lovely Carmilla will teach you all sorts of things, and you'll be rolling in the dough in no time. How does that sound?
Wow. Oh
I think I'm going to enjoy watching your progress. Let's continue to work hard. Can't have you failing those exams, no? Okay, cool. Let's see. So I think I'm going to learn a spell from Carmilla then. Darkness. Cloak yourself in complete form. In complete darkness, hiding you from sight. Crimson Dusk on the 25th. Let's see. Methinks I'm going to learn... Yeah, I think I'm going to do, Scent of Blood.
5, 6.
I look around the empty shop. It's only minutes to dawn. Without a customer in sight, we might be able to go home soon. I, too, am trying to be out of sight. Since there hasn't been anyone here for hours, Camilla and I have been trying to entertain ourselves.
7, 8.
As quietly as I can, I show myself in one of the empty barrels in the display window, careful to place the lid over my head.
9, 10. Come on.
Come out, my dear. You can't possibly hope to hide from me. I press both my hands over my mouth to silence the giggles that are bubbling in my chest. I'm a master of hide and seek, the sneaky, the unseen, Raven Nightshade. There's no way she'll be able to find me now. After all, who would think to look in? The lid pops on my head within seconds. I look up to see Carmilla grinning down at me, a smug look in her face.
Yeah.
That makes what, 45 wins for me, and for you a paltry 0? How? Just how? She offers her hand to help me up, her sing-song voice and teasing. I nod, brushing the dust from my shoulders. Vampires can sense the warmth of blood nearby, particularly if you've sampled it before. Mortals call the spell Scent of Blood.
What?
You've been cheating all these games, then.
No.
Not cheating, I just have a natural advantage. Camilla gives me an impish grin. She's definitely cheating. So, what else is that kind of magic good for other than hide and seek?
Dear.
All sorts of things, my dear. It works on recent bloodshed, for one. Even when a corpse has gone cold, I can still sense the approximate location and time of death through its residual warmth.
Oh.
So you can find murderers and stuff? I actually helped Herbie get out of a sticky situation with my ability. Mr. West, what happened? Oh, you know, wrong place, wrong time. The guards had him handcuffed and were even ready to take him to jail for a murder in the alley next door. She casually points out to the side of the shop, almost as though discussing where she found a lost animal. I feel like chill run down my spine at the realization. I use that alley to get to work.
But, you know.
Herbie doesn't have a license to obtain stock in that manner, so a conviction would have been devastating. But it turns out it was a particularly nasty competitor trying to frame him. The real culprit's blood was on the scene, so I was able to turn them in before Herbie was tried.
Amazing.
That's amazing, Carmilla. But how are you so sure it wasn't Mr. West? You know how stingy Herbie is. There's no way he would risk his entire business just for a few parts. If I know anything at all about the man, it's how much he cares about his store. I nod slowly, amazed by both her magical talents and her ability to solve what could have been a devastating blow to Mr. West and his business.
Wow.
That's wild.
Can you teach me?
Sounds like that skill could really come in handy. Do you think you could teach me how to do it? I squat down and plead, summon her for good measure. I don't know. It wouldn't make hide and seek very fun anymore. Camilla rolls her head about her shoulders, disinterested in my cries, and I jump with my arm outstretched at her, ready to object.
No.
It's only fun to you because you're winning. Obviously.
Come on. No.
Will you teach me if I promise to not use it during hide and seek? Plus, next time anyone frames Mr. West, you can sit back and just order me around to investigate. What is that? How does that sound? Oh, good point. If you agree to be prudent as well, I may be generous enough to show you. I do not want to have to drag you out of trouble after all. I'll teach you how to cast Scent of Blood. New spell acquired. Carmilla spends the rest of our shift showing me how to track blood through scent alone. It's time to give it the old Dwimmermere try.
Scent of blood.
One good whiff of it caused my face to scrunch up and my tongue to roll out of my mouth in disgust. Oh, I suppose that means it's working.
Don't you worry.
Worry not, you'll get used to it with practice. So she says, but by the end of the night I feel like it'll never leave my nose. However, it just might come in handy someday. Just, hopefully not too soon. Since there were basically no customers, I was lounging in a cash register and flipping through a magazine. That's when I got interrupted by someone clearing their throat. Glancing up, I saw Damien, who looked extremely uncomfortable. After my usual dance around them and them shying away, they finally confessed to having lost an ear that they were now looking to replace. Using Scent Track, I was able to locate a fitting one in a flash, rewarding me with one of Damien's rare smiles and a pat on the back from Mr. West. At the end of the day, I even got more tips than usual. Sweet! Nightshade is the best. Find you someone from the rest. I sing quietly myself as I dust inside the human shop, doing my best to keep the wares clean and tidy. Which, come to think of it, was necessary. It was starting to get gross in here, especially the drapery. Let's see, what am I getting here? Oh, okay, I think that I don't have the, I think I don't have the thing for this. I should have been... Starting to get gross in here, especially the drapery. Just look at these curtains, make me want to sneeze. I should probably take them outside before I start beating them. I go to take them down, and a cloud of dust ambushes me as I do so. By the time it clears, there isn't a wall behind the drapery, but an ancient portrait framed in gold. Ooh. A familiar dark-haired woman gazes down at me with empty yet captivating violet eyes, and I... Wait a second! Carmilla? I don't hear her approach. When I whip my head around and see her standing behind me, I just jump out of my skin a little. This is you, right? Not like a great-great-great-grandma that also happens to be your doppelganger. What keen eyes you have. This is a portrait of yours truly, the eternally gorgeous Countess of Cornolia. Ah, what an error that was.
Amazing.
Your ability? She folds her arms and raises her brow at me as she gives me my chest a small poke with her index finger. Were? I most definitely still am. Of course, my lady. But wait, what is this painting even doing here? She doesn't respond. Rather than look over, she's tracing a finger over the filaments on the portrait's frame, no doubt gathering dust from whatever error she's seeing in that far-off gaze.
No.
That frame's a little crooked.
Wait.
Don't touch! Too late, I got the frame adjusted accordingly. When I do, a scrape of paper falls out from behind the painting. I looked at the part, which it's a faded pencil sketch of a woman with hair that flows like the ocean, but eyes as dark as a moonless night. Don't touch that!
Touch it.
Before I can react, Carmilla snatches the picture from my hand with fury in her eyes and a crease in her brow. I blinked, taken aback and a bit hurt. It's just a drawing, so what's your problem? Unless... Do you know her? A friend of yours? Camilla takes a sighs, takes a lingering look at the photo and gently runs a finger across the girl's paper cheek. In a manner of speaking, yes. She was my greatest hunt. I've never since pursued a human of her caliber.
Oh.
I'm willing to bet there's an impossibly good story behind it all.
Yes.
Oh, there most certainly is. There's a glint in her eyes. She takes one last look at the portrait. Slowly, she rolls it back up with extreme tenderness. I guess it's no surprise at all that the picture is still in good condition when she handles it like that.
6 centuries ago.
This little delicacy came forthwith to my manor.
She was.
She was hoping to hunt me as revenge for an incident that occurred in her village, unbeknownst that she, herself, would become my quarry. For months, we played a game of cat and mouse, pushing each other to the limit, but never quite getting the upper hand.
Until one
Eventually, I cornered her in an alleyway. I leaned forward as if sitting on the edge of my seat.
Oh.
And then what? You drank her blood? You only need a last drop. Camilla smiles, and yet there's something forced about her cheer when she speaks. I see her run her fingertips across the edge of the page. Until some no-good busybodies arrived to save her. I really escaped my life that night. I outsmarted them naturally. She flicks her hair off her shoulders with the back of her hand.
You know?
Vampires are apex predators, as you should be fully aware by now. When faced against mere mortals, we always come out on top. But that's all true. Why do you look like you're about to cry? I feel like she's about to chew me out. After a long and very awkward pause, she laughs the kind of laugh of someone who has resigned themselves to a most pitiful fate. I suppose it isn't easy to hide affairs of the heart from a master matchmaker, is it? You caught me twice today, little witch. I open my mouth to reply, but the pained look on her face brings me to a halt. An unknown sensation starts to build up within my chest. With a sigh, she tucks the roll of paper back behind the portrait.
Oh dear.
My dear, there are some plots that are not worth digging into. Her piece spoken, Camilla returns to doing inventory, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I guess there's no helping her right now. No matter how much I want to be there for her. I think that I could have, I feel like if I had done, I think that had I actually done a certain spell, had I learned a certain spell, I would have actually been able to help her there. I think. You know what? I think I'm going to end this episode here. And I will pick this back up in a bit. Things... I will warn ahead of time now. Things may be a little different the next episode. But we'll see. For now, thank you everyone for joining me. For this episode of Witches X Warlocks. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.